So quick question, if there's two people that want to invest in a startup's company, what questions should that founder ask those investors if he can only take money from one of them?
Very good question. There are what's called also strategic investors. So those will be investors that have detailed knowledge of that particular area. I think the founders really should consider what they need, as I mentioned before, from the investors. Usually it's not only just money. Usually it would be very helpful to find investors. Let's say you're an ag tech startup. It would be very helpful, for example, if you could get an investor on board that could also open doors for you for the product that you're developing or the service that you're developing. And maybe they will even have expertise in certain technology that you might be developing as well. So the best thing is to find investors who are closely aligned with what the startup is doing, have funds available, and are willing maybe even to roll up their sleeves a little bit and act as an advisor and mentor as well.
When you're saying roll up their sleeves, how valuable is their network to that startup, that founder, rolling up and making introductions? How important is that?
It's extremely important. I think let's stay with the example of agtech. If an investor, for example, and let's say you're doing a hydroponics, automated hydroponics business. If you find an investor who, for example, either has himself multiple contacts with retailers, grocery retailers, for example, that could be an ideal way for you then also to get your product out to market as well. And the same thing applies to any other vertical. If it's edtech, or then if an investor has contacts with either, say, schooling systems, or, for example, with companies that already sell to schools, those would be ideal sorts of investors. Typically, also, say, fintech investors, if they have contacts with financial institutions, insurance companies, banks, and so on. Those sort of connections are extremely helpful for startups.
Quickly.